It's the morning after Mozart? That sounds like it should be like the name of a disease or a drink. A hangover cure. Morning after Mozart. Anyway, I got lots of stories. Let's talk about it. Well, interesting things of note this week. I have a new boyfriend. Not really. Like I would ever have a boyfriend. No, one of my favorite authors, Byron Lane, and we connected on Facebook. Somehow, I don't know how it happened, but he has subscribed to the Old Lady podcast. He thinks it's a clever name, and we're now besties, pretty much. So Byron Lane, in case you don't recognize the name, is married to Mr. Gunkel. He's married to Stephen Rowling, and he's darling. He used to be Carrie Fisher's personal assistant. I mean, this man is adorable and wonderful. He wrote a book about this experience called A Star is Bored, and it is hilarious, and you must read it. It's the best. He also wrote a book called Big Gay Wedding, which, if you have anyone homophobic in your life, it is a fantastic book. It's just charming. So that was my celebrity sighting of the week. Also, one more thing. I didn't mention this last week, but it is very cool to open my computer the day after the Oscars and see that about 4 of my friends got to sing on stage with Josh Groban and Conan O'Brien.
This Oscar win has been fated by God. He is the greatest. Just check out that bod. He did this himself and he's grateful to none. Even the haters can't hate number one. He promised my agent my highest fee yet, and blew all the money on this mountain set. Cicero, my Oscar!
You know, David, my co-snarker, and I were just talking about the fact that many performers, when they get their contract, they have to sign an NDA and they can't talk about what they're doing until either after the broadcast or somebody else has released the information. And so we never know obviously, nobody knew that members of the Master Chorale would sing at the Oscars. I mean, they sing every year. Why wouldn't I assume that? But it's just fun to see your friends front and center. Anyway, the morning after Mozart. Let's start with Mozart. So yesterday was our Mozart Requiem concert. It was very well attended. We had a full orchestra, about 120 singers, and it was a blast. And I have to say that for me, one of my benchmarks in choral singing is I need to know my music well enough that it's about 99% memorized. And with the Mozart, I'm right there. So it was a lovely thing. I know this isn't going to mean much to people who don't sing, but every time we had an alto entrance that the conductor cued, James and I made eye contact because I was up and out of my music. I mean, this is the way I sing. This is the way many people sing. And that is very hard on an audience to have to look at just people looking at their music and not looking out. So I'm trained to be a looking up singer. And because of that, I had a wonderful experience. Also, one of our good friends, Emily Scott, was a soprano soloist, and she did an incredible job. My daughter took some videos. I haven't looked at them yet, but if there are some good ones, I may splice in a few little sections for you so you can experience this with me. But true to form, my dog was mad at me. She was mad because I was gone for 5 hours yesterday, and the way she punishes me, it's just she's so we go to bed early at night, and she comes in my room, we close the door, she sleeps. She's a sleeper. She's a big dumb dog who sleeps. And usually about 10 o'clock, when I get up to brush my teeth and do my final shutdown for the night, I let her out, and that's usually her last potty visit outside of the night. On on those nights when she's punishing me, she waits until the 45th second after I've fallen asleep to jump off the bed and indicate that she wants to go out. She did that to me 3 times last night. I was not amused. In fact, the 3rd time, which was at 1:27, I said to her, "So help me, if you have to go out again, I'm ignoring you, and it's your tough luck." It's not like her bladder is bigger than mine. It's not like she had to go out there and pee. I'm sorry. No, basically, it's just her way of saying, "Hey, you shut me in the house for 5 hours. I get to go out and do whatever I want." Ugh. So I'm feeling very tired this morning. I did not walk in the, in true transparency. I did not walk today. I also did not walk yesterday or Saturday. It is too easy for me to talk myself out of doing any kind of exercise, but I am still doing my other exercises, the leg lifts and the squatty potty and all those. No, there's no potty, squatty squats. I'm still doing those. And yes, my back, it's getting better. I was able to lie on my side for about 15 minutes this morning as I was trying to go back to sleep. Or was that last night? Yeah, it would have been this morning at 1:30 in the morning when my damn dog woke me up. But we're back. We're normal. Sadly, my choral singing season is over until the fall, which is unfortunate. I've been invited to sing with another group here doing Carmina Burana, but I was told that I'd have to sing tenor. And at that point, I was like, yeah, if you need me to sing tenor, this probably isn't what I want to do. I mean, I can sing tenor. I just don't want to sing tenor and all that that implies. So this week we did knitting, and I don't really have anything extra to show you. I finished my great colorful socks. They're fabulous. They're done. They're amazing. And I am almost done with the second sock of that flower pattern I started last week. And I've got another sock I've cast on, and I've got the cuff done, but I haven't quite decided what I'm doing with the rest of the socks. So that's part of what's happening this week, because I got to get clear on what my next knitting project is. Reading. So last week, I think if you watched the video, I had said something about the fact that I'd started The Secret Life of Sunflowers. And I wasn't sure about it. Well, right after recording and doing that afternoon nap, I turned on that book, and I literally lasted 10 minutes. And I said, no, we're not, nope. This is a big nope. So I picked up, this book reminded me of you. Wow. Such a very, very sweet book. So here's the premise. Lovely British woman, young. We don't know her age, but I'm guessing it's her late 20s, early 30s. She is recently widowed. And she gets a message from the local bookshop that she has a package for her. And what has happened is that she had been such a bookworm, and her husband loved her so much that he did an entire year of books for her. Knowing he was going to die, he prearranged this with the bookseller. And so we get each month as she gets her new book, and we're basically watching her going through the grief process. But it's done in such a lovely way. So this is a darling book. A lot of people are reading it. Libby Page wrote it. This is not her first book. She has many, many books. And my guess is, if it's anything like this book, I would really enjoy reading her other books. There is a warmth to it. It's not literature. No, this is a feel-good book about a woman rediscovering her life after being widowed. And it's really quite lovely. I'm almost done. I've got like 30 minutes left on The Chalk Pit, which is the eighth or ninth Ruth Galloway, but I only have 6 left of my Ruth Galloway series, and I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss these people when they're done. So I'm going to finish that, probably start the next one. I'm reading Evie Wood's latest book, The Violin Maker's Secret. Evie Woods has written also quite a few books. She throws in a little magical realism in her book. For example, in this book, the violin has a personality. I mean, they all do, but they don't usually talk. And she's written The Lost Bookshop. What else of hers have I read? Oh, The Mysterious Bakery on Rue de Paris. I think I told you about that last year, that I picked it up thinking it was about Paris. And it wasn't. It was about France, but it was Rue de Paris and not Paris. So there you go. It was cute. Yeah, so I'm in this kind of light, fluffy reading space, and I'm okay with that because guess what book has been released? Abby Jimenez's new book. Now, Abby Jimenez is first of all, she is a delightful human. She's very clever. She's very funny. She's very active on social media. So we get to know her. She's written 5, 6, 7 contemporary romance books. And I have to say that, Emily Henry was considered the queen of contemporary romance a couple of years back with Beach Read and People You Meet on Vacation. I mean, Netflix even has a movie about it, and they're cute. And I do like Emily Henry's books. This is not a diss on her. But when I picked up my first Abby Jimenez book, I was like, oh, okay, this woman knows how to write dialogue. She knows how to write banter. And the other thing that Abby Jimenez does is she weaves in characters from her previous books into her current book. And her new book is called The Night We Met. I believe it was released last week, it either comes out tomorrow or it was released last week. And I'm looking forward to this. Everything that Abby writes charms me. It doesn't stress me out. It doesn't make me itchy and uncomfortable. It's just a happy listen. So I highly recommend picking up any one of Abby Jimenez's books. I will give you this codicil though. Some of them she groups them in groups of 3 or so. So read them in order so that you can catch the Easter eggs in the next book. She'll refer to those people. So she's very fun. So that's always something I look forward to was when Abby releases a new book. And follow her on social media. She's really quite charming. And her daughter, Maya, is a very, very talented musician. I think she plays about 7 different instruments, and she's also a wonderful social media presence. So there's my plug for you for that. It's a quiet week, and I'm looking forward to this week of kind of taking care of myself after the concert. I don't know why I'm old. I guess that's a thing. When we sing Messiah, we sing 2 or 3 choruses, sit down, and then the soloist, blah, 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 and then we stand up and we sing 2 choruses and we sit down, and the soloist, blah, 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 and so there's a lot of resting during Messiah. The Requiem is not quite as city downy. That's a term. It's a musical term I just invented. So we would sing 2 choruses and sit. Then the soloist would have 1, and then we'd stand up and we'd sing 3 choruses and sit. And then it was like, you're not sitting down, baby. You gotta. And so, to the point where at dress rehearsal, I was like, oh my God, what happens is, and I think it's partially because of the 2 artificial hips, is when I stand without moving, the top of my legs can sometimes get a little numb. It's a freaky feeling. I mean, it's not like I'm going to fall over or anything like that, but I can tell that they're not happy standing. So that's always a little bit interesting when I'm asked to stand for a long period of time. But the good news is I was behind the baptismal font as I hoped. I was perfectly situated. I could see, I could hear. It was fantastic. So I loved it. I am a Requiem-aholic. I love Requiem singing. I know, is that weird, right? I have sung the Verdi Requiem, which Rich Caparella, my very favorite classical music host, calls the opera for the dead, which it absolutely is, and it is one of the most thrilling pieces I've ever sung in my entire life. The Duraflay Requiem, and Sam and I were talking on our way home from rehearsal the other night. We were like, "What Requiem do you want at your funeral?" And we both voted the Duraflay for a number of reasons. It's shorter, it doesn't require a full orchestra, you can do it with orchestra, but you just need an organ, so super easy. My mom always said she wanted the Brahms Requiem, and so you gotta pick your Requiem, you guys. There's the Fauré Requiem, which I adore. Brahms, let's see, who am I missing? I have not sung the Britain War Requiem. That's one I've missed. Mm, oh well, maybe I'll get to it. Maybe I won't. So I'm just a Requiemaholic. I love choral music, and to me, a few things really show off a choir better than some of these major works that these big guys have written, and I love it. I really don't have a lot of other stories for you this week. It was a quiet week. Everyone seemed to be very busy, so we didn't hang out a whole lot. And yeah, what can I say? I hope you guys have a great week moving forward. Put some joy. Go get a treat. And I don't necessarily mean something to eat, but a treat in the sense of it's something you normally wouldn't have done, and it just kind of breathes a little life into you. For me, singing that concert, a big, big treat, right? And also a treat for me can sometimes be putting fresh lemon in my water. I mean, how dumb is that? But it's right there. In fact, sad news, my lemon tree, I only have like 6 or 7 lemons left on my lemon tree. And at one point there were like 300. So I do my duty consuming lemons on a regular basis. In fact, I'm already planning on if I'm going to need to go to the store and buy more lemons next week. Oh, it's a problem. Anyway, I bid you peace. I wish you all the very best this week. May you find joy and laughter and be tickled by the small things. And may your dog let you go to sleep at night without getting you up. Have a great week, you guys. Bye bye.